Alright, yeah. Welcome back to another segment of Nintendo news. And, a lot has happened in the past 4 days since the FireRed and LeafGreen has been revealed. Okay, there's been like a lot of varied opinions in my comments and just online in general. It's either you love it or you hate it, like really bad. So I'm gonna go over that. I have a few articles pulled up and we're just gonna get straight to it. So yeah, about 4 or 5 days ago, I got announced, and it had a $20 price tag, and we're gonna go over what the statistics actually say. So Pokemon FireRed and Leaf Green are already best sellers on the Switch eShop charts, and FireRed is in the top spot, of course, and so yeah, they're making a return on Pokemon Day, which is the 27th, and the Pokemon Presents is that day. But like this article said, there's been a lot of conversation online about the eShop versions, which are both 20 bucks. And it seems like both titles are going to actually have Pokemon Home support, which is good. And then yeah, you could use game chat on it if you really like game chat, for my game chat fans out there. And then I found this poll. Will you be getting Pokemon Fire Red or Leaf Green? So Fire Red is 24%, Leaf Green is 21%. That's actually closer than I thought. It's only a 3% difference. 13% is both for the mega fans out there. And then 42%, the majority of the poll, it says neither. And this is like almost 5,000 votes, so that's a pretty good pool of people. And then you can see the differences here. Personally, if I do get it, I'll get Fire Red just cause Charizard, and I already have Leaf Green on the advanced. But you can see like the list of like different Pokemon here. Oh, Scizor. Okay, if Fire Red has Scizor, then you know I gotta get it, bro. Scizor is one of my favorite Pokemon. And Deoxys attack form, I take that over defense form. But it's not bad though. Like one's not like way better than the other in my opinion. But yeah, so pretty much the controversy was that like people are like, oh, I could emulate it for free. Why would I buy a $20 game when I could just emulate it? But on the other side of opinions, people are like, it's just $20. Like it's literally just $20. And personally, I think Nintendo has done worse in the past. Like the Galaxy 1 plus 2 thing, that was like 70 bucks. So that's like 35 each. And for this, I really don't think $20 is that bad. Like, yeah, they didn't add a lot of features, like a lot of new features, but it's nice to actually own the game. Like I said, instead of having to pay a subscription to play, you could actually own it for the lifetime that you own the console. And you get to choose one. Like, it's not a bundle, you're not forced to choose. And it's just 20 bucks, dude. But like I could emulate it. I could emulate it if I want, but I don't know. There's just something nice about having it on the official hardware. So that's my opinion. Let me know what y'all think though, cause I know y'all got some fired up opinions on this. Okay, I'm not here to really like be extreme on one side or the other. I want to hear what y'all have to say. A lot of people are mad. I can tell you that. A lot of people are mad. Maybe it's a loud minority, but. So that was pretty much it. A lot of even people at my work, they're discussing like, hey, which one are you gonna get, bro? Oh, I'm gonna get Fire Red. No, I'm gonna get Leaf Free. Like, some people at my work, the Pokemon fans at the workplace, is already like discussing which one they want. So it seems to be very popular. And then so yeah, let me know what y'all think. Then there's another article saying that Nintendo seemingly rules out the Virtual Console revival and says it remains focused on offering classics via Switch Online. So, this brings me back. The Pokemon Crystal version on the 3DS. It was only 10 bucks, bro. I was thinking about getting it, but that was back then, and that's why I missed the Virtual Console. Things were so cheap. But Nintendo basically, when they got asked if they will offer like other classic games outside of Switch Online, They said we remain focused on offering classic games through Switch Online and the expansion pack. Personally, I just have Switch Online. I don't have the expansion pack, but I mean, like I said, I'd rather own the game than have to pay a subscription to play it, especially the expansion pack, which is it's a lot more. Um, and then they explained why it wasn't on Switch Online. And they said, in celebration of 30 years of Pokemon, we thought it would be fun to return to the ultimate versions of the original Pokemon adventures in the Kanto region with these special releases. They also addressed online play is not supported. That's a bummer. I think local wireless communication is, at least. The games will not receive physical releases. See, that's the biggest deal for me, not the price tag, just the fact we're not getting a physical release. If they're gonna release it standalone, separate from Switch Online, at least do a physical release. But that's the sad reality. Physical releases are getting harder and harder to find nowadays. So yeah. And I saw the Japanese exclusive collector's edition. I thought that was really cool, but it just comes with a download code. So that's my biggest gripe with the whole FireRed LeafGreen thing. And then they're just talking about their focus on Switch Online. And support for Pokemon Home has been confirmed. I'm not sure what the source is, but someone asked them about that, like Sirby. And yeah, and then I just want to bring up a Reddit post last, just to show y'all one of the opinions that someone had on this. So they're asking, why are people so upset about the price of FireRed LeafGreen? Each one costs less than 2 Big Mac meals. So that's just a thing to put something into perspective. They cost less than 2 Big Mac meals. You know, I'd be going to Chick-fil-A. I'd be eating up the mac and cheese and the fries and the cookies. And that Chick-fil-A sometimes it costs like $13, bro. I'd be getting the big meals from Chick-fil-A. I don't play about my Chick-fil-A down the street, bro. So when you think about it, $20, it's pretty cheap. You're not forced to buy both at once. I know people are really mad, they are really mad. But this is just one of the conflicting opinions with that. And then they're talking about the Pokemon Home compatibility is a big deal, which I agree. So yeah, that was basically it. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I really don't think it's as big of a deal as people are talking about. I am bummed there's no physical release, but the fact you get to choose either one, you're not forced to buy a bundle, and they're only $20, you don't have to pay a subscription. I really don't think it's that bad, bro. I understand being critical of Nintendo, but I think at this point people are they're trying to do it for engagement, or they just have an extremely bias towards Nintendo. So I'm trying to enter this more unbiased. I guess I am a fan of Nintendo, but I still recognize their faults, and they're not the best, when it comes to their decisions. But personally, I might be getting it. It's only $20. But that was pretty much it, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.